Okay, so we move on. Move on something new topic. Continue screen. So we review partially of this homework, and 23 use partially of homework. Maybe we'll next this Sunday we will have to review partially of the homework 23 again. Refresh everyone's memory. Okay. Okay. So we move on. New topic. New topic actually called quadratic function. Quadratic function. Before we talk about function, so first we will talk about this one. This one equals 0. All right. So refresh memory. So this is the quadratic equation. We can use method to find if they have solution or not, right? We use the discriminant. B squared minus 4AC to judge them if they have the solution. When they are less than 0, we say no solution, right? No answers. When they are equal 0, they have one solution, right? When they're greater than 0, have two solutions. What's the two solution? What's the two solution, Mandy?
Sorry，我刚才那个不小心搞错了，sorry。
没问题。
你
So what's the
problem again 呢
negative b plus minus square root
b squared
minus 4
ac
ac, right?
over 2a.
2a. Yeah. So when they are this greater equal 0, you can see that's why the square root always need the bottom part is greater equal than 0. So when they are equal 0, here is nothing. The solution only 1 here, right? So basically, so clear we learn this part. You can find the solutions. But we also move on not equal 0 and greater than 0 or less than 0 kinds of situation. Fine. So if you have, say, ax plus bx plus c equals 0, you have two solutions. Suppose it's right here. One is here, and it's here. So actually, you can see this is plus square root minus square root, right? So here, when this is the center of these two solutions, center of these two solutions is right here. When plus this one is this solution, right? When minus this one is second solution. So this is x1, this is x2. Is it correct? So x1, we say, I'm sorry, here is negative b plus square root over 2a. And this one is negative b over 2a minus. So the distance. So this is the one of the solution. This is second of the solution. It makes sense? Lillian, Quantian, does it make sense?
Yeah.
So here is the middle. So when they equal 0, it means the distance from this dot, the center dot to this dot is 0. The only these two solutions actually just like combine, just like image together, right? The distance is 0, so like emerging together. When they are greater than 0, greater than is outside of here. When they are less than 0, will be in between there. It's in between these two. When they are less than 0, it's in between these two. Because of the left part can be breaking down into something like, say, x minus 1. Actually, these two solutions finally actually is breaking down like this, right? 1, so you see, when they go equal 0, one of the answer is x1, second answer is x2. So when they became inequality, If they are less than 0, it's in between. When they are greater than 0, it's outside. All right, so this is our previous learning based on the quadratic formulation. We can find solution based on quadratic inequality. We can find the range. Right now we move introducing the second variable, actually is the function y. Function. So if not equal 0, actually equal y. Y is the function, right? Y is the function. Okay, so y is the function. Clearing the screen. So y is the function. So you can see actually there's two variables here in this expression. They are not equal 0. Not this kind of actually equal y. So y equal ax squared plus bx plus c. Did you guys still remember earlier we talked about y equal ax plus b? This is linear line, right? Like straight line, straight line. This is the slope. This is the y-intercept. Just remember.
Yeah.
So this is y-intercept. And this is MA is the slope. What about the x-intercept? X-intercept, what's equal 0?
Y.
Y equals 0. So this one is negative b over a, right? When y equals 0. So when this y-intercept is x equals 0. So when x equals 0, y equals b. The slope is a. So we know this one. Right now, actually, if only this one, if a equals 0, yes, it's a linear line, right? If a equals 0, it's linear line. But we should say a cannot equal 0. If a equals 0, became a linear line, just like the previous one. So a not equal 0 situation. What
So
this
it's like
looks
a curve.
So it's called parabola, right? Parabola curves. So
Yeah.
right now we're introducing parabola. So they have same situation here. So we can x we call independent variable. Independent variable. So when x was given, y was determined, right? Y is
dependent
variable. Dependent variable. So whenever you can see here, so you can still do based on y. When y(x) equals 0, y over equals c, right? When x was given, y can. When y equals 0, so actually here I have two solutions. You need to find out if they have two solutions, right? At least you can see this is y-intercept, this is x-intercept. So when y equals 0, they translated this one into find the solution of this equation, quadratic equation. Does it make sense?
Yep.
Makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
So move on something. We move on something fun part. Okay, so this is we call quadratic functions. Okay, a cannot equal 0. A is not equal 0. Right. Right. So let's do this one. Let's do the table of this one. So when x was given, what's the y? So suppose this is, so this one is a equal 1, right? B equals 0, c equals 0. So when x equals 0, y equals 0, right? When x equals 1, y equals 1. When x equals -1, y also equals 1. When x equals 2, y equals 4. -2, also 4. So actually this is dot. And 2, 4. And -2, 4. We can also add some more here. What about 3?
9.
What about -3?
9.
Also. All right. let's graphing this together in this
老
year.
师，
嗯，
我不面去 interrupt，那个课几点 end？
已经几点 end？咱们再来10分钟，
好，
8点半。
好
现在已经1小时20分钟了，是吧？咱又有脱课了啊！不好意思，我经常脱课，是不是脱课太不好？
No, it's alright.
你觉得有兴趣吗？如果你有兴趣，我可以接着；你们没兴趣，我们可以暂停下来。
It's alright.
听得到我吗？
Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. So
老师
0 is right here. 啊
听得到我吗？
啊，听得到。
哦，好，只是想确认一下。
Okay. All right, 0 right? 1 here. 2 4 3 9. Right? Does it make sense? And negative 1
Yeah.
1. Negative 2 4. Negative 2 4. Negative 3 9 9. Right?
symmetrical.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. See, it's like this, like a cup, right?
Mhm.
It's like cup.
一个
like
cup
cup?
would be able to stand up.
Yeah, stand up cup, the cup. So this cup, you can see here, this kind of actually is common cup. So you can, it's like Mandy say, this is what symmetric, right?
嗯哼
Uh-huh.
So this is like the center line, right?
，Yep，
The center line is x equals 0. Right? The center line we call center line.
然后那个cup 会 be facing down when 那个when A 是
Yeah.
negative 吧？
Okay, yeah, very good. So actually, so we find it here. So actually, second one, we find the x-intercept. When x-intercept, what equals 0?
Why?
1.
Y equals 0. Yeah, y equals 0. When y equals 0, x equals 0 here. So actually,
Yeah.
it's this dot, right?
嗯哼
Okay, so we find the x-intercept, y-intercept. Y-intercept, what equals 0?
X.
X.
When x equals 0, also here in these cases, x-intercept, y-intercept actually overlap, right? X-intercept is here, y-intercept also here.
So you make it
Only
table.
one dot. All right, so we got the first is center line, we got x-intercept, we got y-intercept. Fourth, we got this a cup. Cup, they have a bottom, right?
Vertex.
What we call vertex. Exactly. Who told you that? You learned it at school already?
Yeah, and like geometry.
We have like
Yeah,
Alex and like
Yeah, vertex.
In geometry, like 3D, they're like the point on like
Yep,
the
exactly. So vertex here, actually, vertex means what? Vertex always on this center line. Can we say that?
yeah.
Always in this is center line, symmetric line. So x always equals, so negative b over 2a. So here is equal 0 because b equals 0, a equal 1, right?
Mhm.
And vertex, what about what this equals to?
You just have to plug it in like when you get negative b divided
Yeah,
by 2.
okay. Yeah, so you put this in, actually, in these cases, actually here also equal 1, right? This is
Mhm.
vertex. And this is also a y-intercept. This is also x-intercept. And this is center line. So number 5, what's the most important? What a cup direction, just like Mandy say, sometimes you go up, down, like in these cases, cup up. Why this cup is up? Which number determine this is up and down?
A.
You are very right. It's based on this A. So when A greater or equal than 0, this cup is up.
Wait, greater or equal to?
No, when they cannot equal 0. When A equals 0, it's a linear line, it's not cup. Right? Okay. This is a linear line. When the less than 0, it's down. So I will talk about a little bit later story. Actually, when you go to Algebra 2, when A is smaller, it's more short and more bigger, this cup more smaller. When A more small close to 0, it's more open. When open, when more open like this. When a equals 0, yes, they change your linear line. And when they are less than 0, they will face down. And even smaller change like this. Okay. In near future, you can see this kind of change. So that's why, in the cartoon, in the computer, some people do the computer, do the cartoon, the programming and try to see, hey, this one, something is moving. Actually, they just need to manipulate this A, right? This couple change to this A. So the program. So computer program to do some automation, or some atomic kinds of function in the movie. Actually, it's program. Some of them is program. The program actually based on control one of the data. So they only can change this A, make it continually change. Like say, very big number can close to 0 and 0 to a negative number. So they can control this kinds of speed, these kinds of shape cup changing, right? That's come program. Just like you cannot, sometimes, yes, they draw everything, but when you program in the math, you can use the math, you know how they are changing based on the description. Okay, so, well, let's spend another 5 minutes to talk about another one drawing. Just duplicate this process, okay? So you guys need to know 5 things, all right? You need to know the symmetrical line, you need the x-intercept, you need the y-intercept, you need the vertex and the cup direction. Sounds good? So the homework part actually is top part. Okay, so let me move on a little bit challenging one. Let's go to this one, okay? It's bigger.
Bye.
Okay, so let's draw in here. So always we use the x, you always use the table, but we also can do some proper transform first before use the table. Okay, so like this one, we can change, we know a equal 1, right? B equal -6, C equal 8.
Find the vertex first.
No, you don't rush, no rush. Yep, so you can do vertex first too, but you can also do some factor, you see. So if they equal 0, you can transform into what? Does it make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
So one of the answer is 2, the other one is 4, right? Also, you can do the perfect square. Perfect square, you pass something, make it perfect square. You add what?
9.
9. Yeah, 9. So we are plus 9 minus 9, right? So get one, get rid of one. So here exchange x minus 3 plus minus 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this one can change into here, also can change it into here. So you can see this one, all right? So see this one. First thing, we try to find x-intercept. What's the x-intercept is y equals 0. Actually, we get the solution here, actually. So x-intercept is 2, 0, and 4, 0. So we can make it out. One over here, one over here. So this is one of it. So you can see the vertex. I'm sorry, let's go to the first one. What's the center line? Center line always is this one. You can see here, if you translate it here is 3x. Actually, in center line also in between, if you find out the 2x intercept. This is 2, 0, this is 3, 4, 0. Actually, it's the middle line because of symmetric, right? They are symmetric to each other. So it will be the center point of here. The center line is actually cross the center point. The x equals 3. So center line, again, center line is x equal negative b over 2a. So here equal negative 6 over 2 times 1. So x equal 3. That's these 3 come from. So center line is x equal 3. Second, we find the x-intercept. X-intercept is make y equal 0. So you got one dot, second dot here. It's definitely, so we find out here. The third one, find y-intercept. What's the y-intercept? Y simply x equals 0, right? When x equals 0, y equals 8. So 0, 8. 0, 8 is right here. This is y-intercept. 0, 8. The path 3 dot, path this dot, path 3 dot, this dot. We find the vertex. What's the vertex? Vertex is they cross the center line, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when cross center line is means this part equals 0. So x equals 3, y equals -1. 3, -1. It's right here. 3 is here, -1 is right here. So this is the vertex. So they cross this dot, 4 dots. To make this 4 dot connection together. Actually, if you do more, you can prefer putting something like number 1. When x equals 1, y equals what? When x equals 1, 1 minus 6 plus 8, 3. 1, 2, 3. They cross this dot 2. All right, so make this link together. So when they are equal 4, also cross this dot, okay? So also got one more, 6, when the 6 also cross 8. So they are symmetric. You can see here is symmetric. Here is symmetric. And this is the vertex. Does it make sense now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to check the number 5. What's the cup side? Up or down?
Up.
A equal 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Greater than 0. It's up. Yeah, you find the 5 factors. 1, center line. Second, x-intercept. Number 3, y-intercept. And number 4, vertex. And number 5, find the mouth, we can call cup mouth, open, direction, up. When we do more, it will be down. So the homework part will be let you guys practice drawing these kinds of quadratic. Okay.
Wait, do we just have to draw or do we have to answer like the questions
No,
too?
you just need practice how to drawing. You need to find the 5 of them. Find the center line, find the x-intercept, find y-intercept, and find the vertex in the cup direction. Okay, so just practice how to graphing these kinds of quadratic equation in the xy coordinate system. Okay, so make sure need to find these 5. All right, so it's just 1 minute over time. I say 10 minutes, actually a minute, but it's close. All right, sounds good. You need to find mouse direction, center line, y-intercept, x-intercepts, and vertex.
Yeah.
This is one. All right, that's the new topic we teach last Sunday. Okay, I stop it and see you Sunday. I think it's maybe a little bit rough for you guys. Let me stop this one first. Any questions?
No.
No.